Hello. Long time no see. Sorry, there just wasn't a ton to report on the 21 Pilots front, so I haven't made a video, I think, since my Paladin Straight reaction to the music video. Whoopsie. Now that the tour is over, I have some things that I would like to talk about tour-wise that happened on the Clancy tour. First off, I will say that I was supposed to go to one of the Columbus shows, but in the chaos of trying to buy tickets for the show, I did not realize that I had only picked one seat instead of two. So I just sold my one ticket and didn't go because I live like 3.5 hours away from Columbus, and then having to drive. I'm old, okay? I don't know if y'all realize I'm about to be 29 years old. I cannot be driving 3.5, almost 4 hours at 11 p.m. until like 2:30 or 3 in the morning. I can't be doing that. I am an old lady now. So I sold my ticket because I was like, I don't want to do the drive by myself. That was the main concern. Also, I'm a dog mom and I was going to take my husband with me, and which meant that our dog would be alone for several hours. And I didn't want to do that to him either. But I've kind of made peace with the fact that I didn't go to this show because I was lucky enough to go to the Newport small venue show in Columbus, which I'm very thankful that I got to do. That was the whole reason why I got these tickets in the first place, was because I wanted to go to a hometown show. But then the small venue shows were happening, and then there was one in Columbus at Newport, and I was like, well, let's do that. And so I got to go to that, which I feel very, very lucky that I got to do. So while I was super sad and very mad at myself that I did this to myself, I've made peace with it now. And hopefully they will come somewhere closer to me on the next leg. Hopefully they're doing another leg of the tour. They have to. So hopefully, Tyler and Josh, if you're listening, I really need you to come to Louisville, Kentucky. Or if not there, I'm willing to drive to Cincinnati, Ohio. So if you could go to one of those two places on the next leg of the tour, I would be forever grateful. Thank you, from a really old fan. A really old fan who's not willing to drive more than like 3 hours. Sorry, I'm too old now. So while I did not go to a show on this tour, I have been chronically online watching TikToks and other videos, just living vicariously through other people. And some things that I saw, I was kind of shocked that this happened. And it honestly kind of made me embarrassed to be a part of the fandom, because the way that some of y'all were acting on this tour was appalling. Absolutely appalling. And I want to talk about it and just bring awareness to the fact that some people were acting like fools on this tour, and it pissed me off. It pissed me off so much. I don't remember like which cities all of these things occurred in, but the first thing that I remember happening was there was one show where Tyler was asking, which would you all rather us play, Oldie Station or Slow Town? Don't even get me started. If I had to pick, I would pick Oldie Station, because now that I like fully understand what Oldie Station is about, I love Oldie Station, and it makes me cry every single time I hear it. So Tyler asked Oldie Station or Slow Town, and people were booing for Oldie Station. I'm gonna fight any of you. If any of y'all who booed Oldie Station are watching me right now, I am incredibly disappointed in you, and I want nothing to do with you. I actually made a TikTok not long after that being like, if you don't like Oldie Station, I don't like you. And I still stand by that, because while Oldie Station is not one of my favorites off of Clancy, that song and what it means still means a lot to me personally, so, and to a lot of other people and to Tyler. So like, it just kind of hurt my feelings when people were booing it. But then I think they ended up playing both songs anyway. But still, like, that was just like, y'all need to get your shit together. Like, like that is not appropriate for a concert to do. Like that, like while the artist is on stage and you're openly loudly booing one of their own songs, Like, what in your right mind makes you think that's okay? Another thing that happened, I think this happened at the Columbus show that I was supposed to go to, or it was the night before in Columbus. I can't remember. Okay, so during Trees, they did something different with Trees. So instead of climbing in the front of the pit with the drums like they usually do, they had platforms like in the middle of the pit. There was like a big red circle. And so they would spread everybody out along the perimeter of the circle. And they would roll these little platforms in. So Tyler had one, Josh had one. The goal after that was to have everybody calmly approach the platforms after Tyler and Josh both were safely on their platforms. That didn't happen on this particular night in Columbus. Tyler was on his platform. Josh and a couple of security guards were still walking to his platform when people started to swarm in to their little stages.
Josh isn't even in yet. Josh isn't even
We lost Josh.
And so Josh and his security guards were like trying to push through people to get to his platform. And in the process, people were getting like trampled, people fell, people got hurt. Like it was like a serious situation.
I got you! Thank you guys so much.
Like, why would you swarm the platform if Josh isn't even up there yet? That was a whole mess. That was a whole mess. If I would have been there, I would have been pissed. I mean, I'm pissed that I even saw a video of it. So if I was actually there, people would have been catching these hands because I didn't even have pit tickets. I was in like a 100 level section. That's where I would have been sitting, but I don't care. I would have thrown some hands. Oh, and then I think this happened like the first and second night of the Columbus shows. Well, first of all, I know for sure on the first night of Columbus, they were recording a live album, which had me incredibly jealous because I'm sure they did multiple takes of it. So they probably recorded all 3 nights. I don't know for sure. If anybody was there, let me know. So I could have been on the live album and I'm not now. With the live album, they were also trying to do, I guess, like a live music video sort of thing for Routines in the Night. And Tyler thought it was a really cool idea to walk through the pit during Routines in the Night, and all these kids are like in the background losing their minds. I don't think anything bad happened when he did that, but it was still just the fact, like, it had me stressing. It had me stressing hardcore because I was like, anybody could do anything to Tyler in this moment right now. I don't trust some of y'all out there. It just makes me nervous seeing him do things like that. So I'm glad nothing bad happened, but like it had me on edge when I was watching those videos. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, I can't believe he did that, but I'm very interested in seeing the music video and how that turned out. I've heard other stories on TikTok and stuff of people in the pit specifically not having that great of a time because they kept getting pushed around or trampled or injured in some way. I mean, the pit of 21 Pilot shows have always been a little hectic and chaotic and crazy. My only experience in the pit has been for the Bandito tour because I was at the first show of the Bandito tour in 2018, literally like 2 weeks after the album came out. That was a wild time, and I'm glad I got to do it because it was cool. But now that I'm old, I can't do that ever again. The pit is definitely made for like the young people, the young folks that can stand for, 10 hours in line and then stand for another 4 during the show. Like, I can't do that nonsense anymore. Like, my back hurts now. I can't do it. This whole video is just me complaining about how old I am. Another thing I would like to say is that I completely understand wanting to be close to Tyler and Josh, or have a moment with them where you connect with them in some way with eye contact or a fist bump or whatever, and they acknowledge you in some way, shape, or form. I get it. I understand. I've been there. I have the same thoughts. However, specifically the people in the pit who think that there's no rules and no concert etiquette when you're in the pit, people think that it's okay to push people around or push through people to get to a spot where you're close to them, and that is not okay. That's not cool, because that's how people get hurt. Nobody wants that at a concert, okay? Everyone's there to have a good time. Tyler and Josh are there to have a good time and put on a good show for us. We are not gonna hurt each other. We're supposed to be a family, okay? We're supposed to be a family. And I get it. I get wanting to have those moments with them, but like, there are rules, okay? And those rules are there so that people don't get hurt. I just feel like concert etiquette in general has gone super downhill since COVID. And I hate to say it's a generational thing, but I really do think it is now. Like, the younger Gen Z and the Gen Alpha kids. Technically, I'm on the line of being a young millennial and a really old Gen Z. Some of this is my generation too. I don't know, like 16 to like 20-year-olds acting a fool in the pit. You are embarrassing. You're hurting people and you need to stop. And I understand it's not all teenagers and young 20-somethings, but like, your frontal cortex is not developed yet, so like you're not thinking straight, okay? And I know you're excited, and I know you want to touch Tyler and Josh so bad. You need to accept the fact that that can't happen for everyone, and it's probably not going to happen for you. It's pure luck. You just have to be in the right place in the right time. But if you are like forcing your way to a specific spot so that you can have a moment with Tyler and or Josh, you're an asshole. You're a problem. It's not okay to act a fool in the pit, ever. Ever, ever, ever. That's like the one place where, unless you're in like the back of the pit, the very, very back, where there's more space to move around, you have more freedom back there. But if you're in the front and you're packed in like sardines, you cannot push people around. You cannot push people around, because you're just going to piss people off. Just don't. Just be respectful of others around you, and especially of the artists. Don't boo songs in front of them. Stay back away from them when they are trying to safely and calmly walk past you. Just have concert etiquette, okay? People don't have that anymore. People throw things on stage now. People think it's okay to do that. People think it's okay to just do crazy things for clout on the internet. And that includes acting a fool at concerts, throwing things on stage at concerts, swarming the artists at concerts, pushing people at concerts. Apparently all of that is okay, but it's not. Anyway, we gotta move on. I'm done ranting about this. I was also gonna talk about briefly the lore stuff that has happened on tour. Specifically, the Dima Citizen letters that have been at the FPE events. That has been really cool to follow. First of all, the fan premiere event, it's just a bunch of like memorabilia of 21 Pilots stuff throughout the years. I think there was like the lavish jackets and like the big old statue of Trash and the bishop robes and like all kinds of really cool stuff. And then there's also a new letter. I don't know if it was every city or every night. I don't know. I'm not sure. So these letters are written from Dima citizens to each other. There's like little hidden messages within them. So they have certain letters were doubled. Oh, and they were numbered in the corner so that there was a certain order that the letters had to go in. And then you put those double letters in order and they would spell out a phrase. As of recording right now, it's like one letter away from being completed. I mean, it's pretty obvious what it's supposed to say. We must destroy them, we become them, and if we become them, we must do better. Something along those lines. And then there was a letter, I think, from Torchbearer, so Josh's character, pretty much saying that the rebellion didn't work and they had to just burn Dima down and start over. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing, I'm sure. So yeah, I'm very interested to see what happens with that. There were also some other nice moments that happened on tour, one of them being the navigating project. I don't know who put this together, but thank you to whoever did, because it was really nice. During the bridge in navigating, when Tyler says it kind of feels like everybody leaves, people in the pit had signs saying, "We're not leaving." And I'm like, ugh. And he saw it and smiled real big, and it was really sweet. Whoever put that together, thank you for doing that. That was very nice. There was another really cute moment where at the end of Oldie Station, Tyler was talking about Rosie, and he said, "She's in this crowd and I love her." And then at the end he said, "I love you, Rosie." And I'm like, sobbing. Ugh, I love Tyler's little family. They're so precious and I love them. I think that's it. I'm sure there's more things that happened on tour that I'm forgetting right now or didn't see. So if you got to go to a show on the Clancy tour, let me know where you went and if anything exciting happened or what was your favorite part of the show. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.